In TPS Cloud Access, if you wanted to see invoices you've created, you've always had the option to go to the client screen, find a client, click the three dots, go to the client inquiry, which opens up this screen and allows you to click on the Invoices tab and see the invoices from in here. Another way of doing this, though, is the Invoices screen. This allows you to see all the invoices you've created for all clients. You can see all the outstanding, the voided, the paid, all together for all clients. Or you can change the info on the screen using these search fields up here, which will help you narrow down the criteria. So you might want to see just the outstanding invoices, or just the paid. Or you can do paid and outstanding, or just the voided out ones. I'm going to go back to all. Of course, like the other screens in TPS Cloud Access and similar to an Excel spreadsheet, you can sort the columns by clicking on the column header. I like mine to be in alphabetical order by client. If you click it once, it goes to descending order. I want mine ascending. Or maybe you want it sorted by most recent invoices to the oldest. You can also make the columns wider or more narrow. Let's go ahead and go over these columns that you have in front of you. First, you have your checkboxes here. You'd click on these to be able to use the button up here that says Generate Payment Link. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Next, you have the three dots, which opens up a drop-down menu. This invoice menu offers quick access to new functionalities based on users' permissions. You can view the invoice details, which also includes the activity log with this invoice, and sync history. You can open up the client inquiry. You can receive payment, which just brings you right to the payment screen. If you click on View Invoice, it will download a PDF version of the invoice to your computer. It'll look something like this. Create Invoice. An invoice has to be created in the system in order for it to be emailed or sent to a client via Client Portal. So if you didn't create it during the actual invoice process, or if you've made some changes to an invoice, you can come here to click Create Invoice. You can edit paragraphs, so change the wording on the invoice. Rebill allows you to modify that existing invoice without losing the invoice number. But just like with Unbill, it won't allow you to do this if you're not in the current period when the invoice was created or there are payments attached to it. That brings us to the void or unbill. This will remove the bill, but TPS won't allow you to do this if you're not in the current period when the invoice was created or there are payments attached to it. When it's unbilled, it moves all the transactions back to WIP so you can bill them later on. And you have the transfer option. Transfer is normally used when a client owns different companies. So for example, I do work for a client called Bosco Lumber, and they also own ABC Company. And the client says, please have all the invoices transferred to ABC. Next, we have the status. Obviously, it's outstanding, paid, or voided. We have the client name, the date of the invoice, the amount of the invoice, the amount that's still unpaid, the invoice code and number, and we have a description column. You can see the description is highlighted in blue because you can now click there and add a description after invoicing. This enhances clarity in client communication and AR statements and offers flexibility for staff to add descriptions during billing or later, here on the Invoices screen or in the client's inquiry under the AR or Invoices tab. You'll also see this option to add a description in the Quick Bill, Detail Bill, and Progress Bill screens. Overall, it's for in-house purposes and just gives your staff an opportunity to explain what exactly went on with that odd invoice or special invoice situation. Here you have the opportunity to generate a payment link. So I'll just click on one here so I can actually click to open that. Once you actually click the button, you can see that it says generate a secure payment link that you can share with your clients. They can use this link to pay their invoice directly through our secure portal. Also note that all selected invoices must belong to the same client to generate a payment link. So it can be multiple invoices as long as they're all for the same client. You can't mix clients in this. Then, of course, you would click Generate Payment Link and share the link with your client. The filter offers a streamlined and efficient solution for identifying and managing client invoices. You can filter the invoices you have on the screen by partner, manager, accountant, group, year-end, client status, and on-hold or non-chargeable clients. Then you'd click Search to apply the filter and bring up only the invoices that match the criteria you put in here. You can also click Reset to clear the filter, and you can pin the filter. When you click Pin the filter, it actually pins the filter to the right side of the screen, enhancing the accessibility and convenience of the filter, especially when dealing with multiple filter criteria. To get rid of the filter over here, just come back down here and click Unpin Filter. Then we have our Refresh or Reload button, our Items per page. This allows you to change how many invoices you see before having to come down here and click to page 2, 3, etc. Right now I'm showing 20, but you might just want 10 showing, or 30 or 40. It's up to you. You can show and hide columns with this button. So if I wanted to remove a column here, let's say I never used that description option, I can click that and you see it disappeared. Or I can add it back by clicking back in here. And our last button up here is the Print the Data Grid, which means you can download a Microsoft Excel version of exactly what you see on the screen. This is really cool because you've always had the option of going to the report screen and generating an actual report. But if you're on the invoice screen and can easily filter the screen for exactly what you're looking for, and you only want that printed out in an Excel spreadsheet, you can do that by hitting this button here, and it'll download that Excel version for you straight to your computer. Overall, I think you can see this is just about making things easier for you. And we knew invoices in list form was one way we could do that. So we hope this helps. Thank you for watching.